Hey everyone, what's going on? Aaron here. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the FTX updates, including what came through the docket a few days ago, which is the judge approving the disclosure statement. So this is just one step closer to the plan being approved and then people getting their initial distributions. So what I'm going to do is touch on some of the documents that came through the docket, things that were noteworthy to me, and then just finish up with just an overview of everything going on, including the timeline for this FTX bankruptcy to conclude. So starting out right here, the ad hoc committee for non-US customers say that they are in support of the disclosure statement. So they have really been pushing the distribution to be in stablecoins because people who are outside of the US will have a hard time getting a US wire or definitely a check. And they've also really pushed hard to not have non-US customers be subject to US withholding taxes, which is very good. In addition, they are wanting a creditor advisory committee that basically is a fiduciary to all customers and creditors. So basically, when this bankruptcy concludes, they want to make sure that there is somebody who is committed and legally responsible to do what's right for customers that still has a say in what happens, which is very good. This is the timeline over the next couple months. So the big one right here is October 7th. This is right now the proposed confirmation hearing. My guess is that this will be pushed out a little bit farther than October 7th. Why? Because there's always things that come through the docket or objections, or the government has their problems, or the US trustee has their problems. But I'm really hoping, and I assume that by the end of the year, definitely this plan will be confirmed. And a little bit more about the plan. So Claims Market on Twitter said that the official Committee of Unsecured Creditors, or the UCC, filed a statement in support of the plan to wind down and pay FTX creditors with some oversight by creditors. And Vlad says that the FTX case is now rapidly moving to plan confirmation, which is very true. And speaking of Claims Market, the price for claims, at least what buyers are willing to buy FTX claims for, continues to go up. You can see here on their website about a week ago, the bid was 112%, the ask was 119%. Now, depending on the size of your claim and other factors, it will depend on what you ultimately can get for your claim. Essentially, they are a marketplace for claims. The sellers of claims will upload all relevant documents, and then buyers can scroll through the claims and then bid on it to buy. So if you have any questions or you'd like to reach out to them, I will include their information below, including their Twitter information and also different ways of contacting them. And this is the latest summary of treatment of different kinds of claims. So there are different classes here on the left, depending on what type of claim you had, and the numbers shouldn't really be a surprise at this point. We are seeing .com customers and US customers hopefully getting between 129% to 143%. Now, we do not know the timeline to get this. We do not know the exact details here, but that is their estimate. And then right here for the convenience class, it's looking to be 119%. And right now it says you'll get that money no later than 60 days after the effective date. So that is their goal. I know right now for Celsius, a lot of people still have not gotten their money. So I don't really know if this 60 days will be accurate, but that's what they're saying. What's interesting here is this little screenshot that I took. There can be no assurance that the debtors will have sufficient funds to pay interest at the consensus rate of 9%. So again, all of these are estimates. And that's another reason why some people, or a lot of people actually at this point, have decided to sell their claim, because they want money now and they don't want to wait for estimates. They don't want to wait months or possibly years in order to get all of their recovery. So just like with Celsius, there are conditions precedent to having this plan go effective. So there needs to be a confirmation order, do things with the fee escrow account, professional fee payments, because, they got to get paid. That massive IRS settlement needs to be settled, different global settlement agreements, plan documents, all these authorizations, and finally, the governmental action, which hopefully they will not roadblock this and cause more delays. So expect more objections to roll in for the plan, and ultimately the confirmation hearing, which should happen hopefully in October, as well as getting the opportunity to vote. So that will happen over the next probably month or two. Everybody should be getting a voting ballot, which I will cover in a future video. Here, this is not a surprise, but man, this is rough. Basically, if a claim holder fails to comply with the pre-distribution requirements, basically if you don't complete the KYC processes wherever you live, in the US or out of the country, and if you still don't do it 60 days after a second request is made, you will not get anything. So if you are watching this, you definitely want to stay afloat and pay attention. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube station, now would be a good time. So there's a lot going on with this whole Bahamas opt-in election. So much so that I'm not even going to try to cover it in this video. If I was a claimant in the United States, I would not be opting in to the Bahamas. That's what I would do at this point. But if you have questions about the whole Bahamas thing, I will leave some information in the description where people have gone into great depths talking about that. I personally am very curious what happens with the over $300 million totaling the donations and political contributions. I don't think that stuff will be public. I highly doubt that we will know what politicians got clawed back and what political contributions are not being clawed back. So a little bit more about the uncertainty of how much people will actually get paid back. After the assumed effective date of the plan, the debtors expect to receive $2.5 to $4.3 billion from the monetization of all remaining assets. So that is a large window of $1.8 billion that they don't quite know if that's going to come in or not. That's pretty crazy, right? They don't know exactly how much money they'll get, not even to the $1 billion mark when they monetize or sell all remaining assets. And that is why the range for recoveries for those not in the convenience class are again between 129 and 143%. So here finally it says the debtors, the ad hoc committee, the class action claimants, and the Bahamas JOLs each recommend that all holders of claims entitled to vote on the plan vote to accept it. So as more information comes online and we get closer to the actual day of voting or when that happens, I will keep you guys posted with everything, again, that you need to do and any updates that I think are important here. But overall, for most people, I think most people just want to get out of this bankruptcy, and we will see what happens when people are able to vote. The last time I talked to Vlad at Claims Market, he thinks that when the ballot is in front of people, they will vote yes, just because they want this bankruptcy to end, and especially if they're in the convenience class, they know that within a couple months, they will get 119 or so % of their claim. Even though that is a big loss in Bitcoin terms, it's still money right now that they will have. And what's also crazy to me is that FTX creditors right now are going to be getting back more actual Bitcoin than Celsius creditors, because Celsius creditors got back like 50-50 or so Bitcoin ETH at around 60% of their claim, and FTX creditors are going to be getting at least 119% of their claim, even though Bitcoin was like $3,000 less on the respective bankruptcy dates. Still 60% for Celsius versus 119% for FTX. Pretty amazing. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Again, check out Claims Market if you are curious about selling your claim. Till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.